I found a finance creator with 25,000 YouTube subscribers and over 9,000 people in a free community, but there's a pretty obvious gap in how he's monetizing that audience. So I spent some time going through his content and actually built the product I'd sell to his audience. And I'm going to show you exactly what I'd build, why I'd build it, and how I'd turn it into a potential revenue stream. This is Luke Finance. He creates content around AI for finance professionals, particularly things like Claude, AI workflows, and using AI in actual finance work. And there's already some pretty strong evidence that there's demand for what he's teaching. He's got around 25,800 subscribers and his free school community has around 9,100 members. So the audience isn't really the problem here. In fact, I think he's already done one of the hardest parts of building an online business. He's got people voluntarily raising their hand and saying, I want more of this. So I looked at what someone can actually buy from him. And this is where I think there's an opportunity. The free community contains things like prompts, resources, a finance GPT, and a Claude for Finance library. But when you want to go beyond the free material, the paid options are essentially coaching or implementation. So there's this gap. There's nothing really sitting in the middle for someone who wants a finished system they can buy once and actually implement themselves. So if I were operating this business, I wouldn't just turn his existing content into another generic AI course. I'd package the expertise he's already teaching into a practical finance AI workflow system. The idea would be something along the lines of an AI finance workflow system, something specifically designed around the recurring jobs finance professionals are actually doing. Things like month-end close, variance commentary, reporting and analysis. Instead of teaching someone hundreds of random prompts, the product would give them actual workflows they can plug into their work. And that's important because I don't think the product should compete with his free content. His free content gets people interested in AI. The paid product helps them actually implement it. So I actually mocked up what this could look like. The front end would explain the outcome, who it's for, and what they're actually getting. Then inside the product, I'd structure the material around specific finance workflows rather than just chapters of information. For example, month-end workflows, variance analysis, management reporting, financial analysis, and the actual Claude workflows and templates needed to implement them. The important part is that I'm not trying to invent expertise for Luke. I'm taking what he's already demonstrated he knows and packaging it into something his audience can actually buy. Then the funnel becomes pretty straightforward. Luke already has the top of this funnel. He's already creating content, he's already got the community, he's already got people interested in AI for finance. What I'd be adding is the monetization layer in the middle. And because the product is self-serve, it doesn't require Luke to personally deliver every sale. And this is where the model gets interesting. I wouldn't need thousands of buyers for this to become meaningful. If you had a product at, say, £500 and just 20 people bought it, that's £10,000 in revenue. Obviously, that's not a prediction. We have no sales data yet. It's simply why I think this is an opportunity worth testing with an audience of 9,000 people who have already opted into his free ecosystem. And this is essentially what I'm building with Forge. I find creators who already have the audience and the expertise, but have a gap in their monetization. Then I build the offer, the product, and the infrastructure around it. The creator doesn't pay me up front. If it sells, we split the revenue. So in this case, Luke gets the majority of the revenue, and I only make money if I've actually created something that people want to buy. Now, Luke hasn't hired me and I haven't tested this with his audience, so I have no idea whether this would actually sell. That's the interesting part. I'm going to keep doing these breakdowns and eventually replace these hypothetical builds with actual creator case studies. This isn't about pitching Luke, it's about demonstrating the model. There are thousands of creators sitting on massive audiences with no real back-end offer. That's exactly the gap I'm trying to solve. If you're a creator looking to build a digital offer, DM me on Instagram, there's a link in the description.